Right then, it's a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda Civic 1.8 SR automatic. Really lovely car, this one, finished in passion red, which always looks lovely on the cars. Really rich colour with the contrasting black leather interior. The videos never do justice to the colour on it, in all honesty. This is a really nice car, 55,000 miles only from new. It's 2015 64. It's one of the first of this facelift versions, which are really sought after. Going to go around the car for you. You've got the new style front end on the car, new headlights, grille, front bumper treatment. Really nice upgrade on the earlier models. Front of the car very clean, lights and lenses clear, intact. There's no cracks, there's no condensation. Bonnet, I can't see any stone chips of any note on there at all. Near side of the car, beautifully smooth down the panels, absolutely crisp, no car parking indentations. Near side front alloy, for an 11-year-old car, it's got a little bit on the of curbing, but given the fact that's the one that's closest to the edge, it's held up remarkably well. Near side rear, very nice. Bumper corners, very clean as well. Smoked glass and rear diffuser on these later models as well, looks really good. Offside, driver side of the car, as with the near side, pretty much looking in a mirror down there, really smooth. Offside rear alloy, absolutely lovely. The main panel work, so clean. And final alloy, again very good, just a tiny bit of curbing on there, but nothing to write home about. But for a car of its age, that is in beautiful condition. Coming to the boot area, absolutely cavernous boot, and as you expect of a Honda, it's very nicely finished. Also nice to see, someone's paid extra to have the space saver wheel, because they don't normally come with it. You get an inflation kit, which this has got as well, so it's got both. Coming to the back, this is where the kids sit, and in Civics, which are family cars, are normally heavily used. This rear seat, or these rear seats, look as though they've hardly ever been sat on. The leatherwork is astonishingly clean and crisp. Come to the front and the passenger side, again all really nice, full set of original tailored mats. Passenger seat again, absolutely fantastically clean. Finally coming to the driver's door card, all very nice. Footwell area is really good. The driver's seat again, for a car of its age, it's got a tiny bit of wear and bolsters just slide in and out. But given this is one that gets all the use, that is miles better than most you'd see on this age. Inside the car now, engine's running as always, so the dash is illuminated, which to all intents and purposes looks pretty much like new. Sat nav, you can see, working exactly as it should. Pop the car into reverse, you've got that lovely clear parking camera, and that complements the front and rear parking sensors. Carrying on down, see how nicely this one has been kept. And that is the view you get as a driver of a Honda Civic, the best dash designed by a country mile in my most humble of opinions. Engine's running, there are no warning lights on at all on the dashboard. If I scroll up here for you, pan in rather, 55,421 miles. By the way, that yellow light that goes out is just, it checks the airbags when you first start the car and goes out after about a minute, which it's just done. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and locking wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic 1.8 SR automatic. The car's registered DY64AEC, and mileage at the start of the road test is 55,421. The reason we do these videos, and actually especially this bit, the road test section, is just to ensure that if anyone's looking at any of the cars we're selling online, they get to see that actual car in operation. The reason we feel it's important, very simply, is because, like loads of people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in a photograph or a description, but only to get there and find out it's actually got an obvious fault that shows up as soon as you drive the car, which can be really frustrating, especially if you've driven any kind of distance to go and see it. We also do the video on these very quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the hope is, of course, it will then be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you drive the car. So coming to the car, twist the key, engine starts instantly, settles to a completely smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car for that matter. And temperature gauge is running as a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle. Honda build, the best road engines in the world. There's no two ways about it. Across the whole spectrum of their engines they make, in terms of reliability and longevity, they're the best in class. In terms of they're cam chain driven, so there's no cam belts to have to worry about in them either. But more than that, it's just actually how they drive. It's a lovely engine. It's sweet, it's docile, it's refined. It picks up, but when it picks up and goes, it doesn't get thrashy or coarse. It's got a lovely muted intake noise, so when you put your foot down, it's just a lovely engine. It really, really is. But from a engine manufacturer that takes pride in its engine building, of course. Engine then feeds through into the automatic gearbox. Like the engine, it's got a reputation for being incredibly tough and reliable. The gear changes on the move are slick, smooth. Ratio is obviously selected by Honda there to get the best out of the engine in terms of both performance and economy. So obviously the compromise between the two, and they've done a very good job as always in what they've chosen. Moving on to the steering and chassis, which has always been my favourite part of the Civic. As I say, the fact is this is predominantly it's a family car. So if you just want to buy a Honda Civic to get you from A to B comfortably, it does a brilliant job of it. The ride is very, very it's polished. That's how the car feels. It feels just smooth. It feels beautifully engineered, even on the move. Just everything about it feels tight and taut, but it's very, very comfortable. If, like me, you still enjoy your driving and you want a car to kind of be keen and eager, that normally means you end up having to have a car that's quite stiff to be able to let it hold it through the corners, keep it taut. Because normally to get a car that to ride as well as this, you have to go for quite soft springing, and that means the car can loll up about through the corners. This doesn't. It's one of the very few cars that's able to achieve a very compliant ride with really agile handling. And it starts with the steering. In my eyes, the steering's like most modern cars, electric power steering, but it's just beautifully weighted. It's linear, it's pinpoint accurate, and it's very quick. All of those things combined make for a lovely setup, but it works with the chassis brilliantly. They work together, so when you turn in, you don't get lots of body motion or nervousness at all. It just glides through corners with absolute confidence. Steering, by the way, tracks absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to legal limit, and the suspension exhibits absolutely no clonks, rattles, anything from underneath the vehicle. Brakes on the car are excellent. They're powerful. What I'm looking for in that initial press of the brake pedal is for any kind of pulsing or vibrations, and there's nothing at all, so it's all in very good order. All of this, by the way, will be checked by an MOT, which is done completely independently of us, as should be the case with most garages, but isn't quite clearly. And then we come inside the car. The first thing you notice when you get into the car, you've got a really good driving position, really good supportive seats on the car, very comfortable, but they hold you in place very well. What a video cannot get across is build quality, of course, but these are beautifully put together cars. When road testers and the magazines get cars, group tests, they always go over the top. Oh, the Germans, they make the best built cars, the Volkswagen Golf and this and that and the other. Yeah, they are very well built, but actually over the long term, initial build quality is relatively easy for cars in terms of how they can make it feel, but it's how it holds up after all these years. Absolutely no squeaks, rattles from the interior, really nice material choices in the car. It's just it feels what it is, a beautifully engineered vehicle as soon as you sort of touch or prod at anything. But my favourite part, which is the only kind of subjective part of the video, if you like, is this dash design. I think it's absolutely brilliant to look at. But it is a Marmite interior. You either like it or you don't. Simple as that. What is not arguable is the fact that the interior of this car offers probably the best space in its class, usable space, huge boot, loads of leg room all round. But the dash design, whilst it looks fantastic to me, it actually works brilliantly ergonomically, and that's the whole point of it. It's not just to look pretty, it's to work as a, in conjunction with the driver. The most conventional parts is this centre stack here, always done very well with a Honda, mind you. Nice big sat-nav screen, Garmin based, so most people have used those over the years, very easy to use. That incorporates obviously DAB radio. You've got a CD player, you can plug your phone in, play your music out through your phone via that, or Bluetooth, hands-free telephone system as well. Down below that, you've got a dual zone climate control system, so you can have different temperatures from one side to the other. And that is pumping out absolutely ice cold air, by the way, so all functioning exactly as it should. And then below that, again, you've got your heated seat buttons, again, all working exactly as they should. But my favourite part has always been this, what I'm looking at directly in front of me, which you can't quite see, and this two-tier design of the dashboard. So you've got upper and lower deck. The upper deck is basically the information you're probably going to look at most commonly on the move. So the fuel lights just come on. So you've got an information display pod up there. So if you change things like your radio or your fan speed, you've got smaller displays down here, but it comes up much bigger up there, so you can see it more clearly as you're driving along. To the right of that, right in my line of sight, is your speed, the one that you should be looking at most regularly. So I can look at that car coming the other way, I look for pedestrians or cyclists or whoever it might be, but I can see my speed at the corner of my eye without taking my eyes off the road, and that's the genius of it. It really is. Down below that, you've got a more conventional pod of dials, rev counter in the middle, flanked either side by temperature and fuel gauges, and then you finally got this lovely leather-bound steering wheel. The car, as I said at the start of the video, it's here to pick up on any issues. It drives absolutely perfectly. I cannot fault it. It is a cliche in the used car trade, and I hate it with a passion, but it literally does feel like a new car to drive.